In a sun-drenched Egypt, Osiris is the supreme ruler of the lands blessed by the Nile, while his brother Set is basically the HR manager of the desert, bitter, lonely, and with sand in his feelings. When Osiris decides to pass the crown to his son Horus, a demigod who looks like he walked off a magazine cover, everything seems to be going great. He even gifts Horus a magical bracelet with 42 stars that repels demons. Horus, meanwhile, is head over heels for the goddess Hathor, who could easily be mistaken for a supermodel with superpowers. On the day of the coronation, there's a huge party. Gods in, mortals out. Offerings in, selfies with the throne out. Among the guests are Zaya, a dreamer enslaved by fate, and her boyfriend Beck, a thief more agile than Tom Holland in Uncharted. But the mood shifts when Set shows up, supposedly bearing a gift, but actually with an army of party crashers. He hands Osiris the family scepter and challenges him to a duel. Osiris, being all peace and love, refuses, and Set responds by killing his own brother in the middle of the ceremony. With Osiris out of the picture, Set crowns himself king and introduces a kind of afterlife banking system. Now you only make it to the next world if you can pay in gold. Horus, unsurprisingly, isn't into this new pay-to-pray policy and goes after his uncle. The two transform into metallic beasts, think Transformers Egyptian Edition, and start an airborne brawl. Set's crew helps blind Horus using reflected sunlight, and Set ends up ripping out both of his nephew's eyes. Before Set can finish him off, Hathor steps in and offers herself as a romantic hostage to save Horus's life. He's exiled, and a year later, Egypt is in ruins, enslaved under Set's rule. Zaya now works for the architect Ursu, and Beck is still flipping and jumping around, plotting to steal Horus's eyes, locked away in the villain's vault. On a night filled with stealth, parkour, and booby traps, Beck recovers one of the eyes, but not without falling into a pit full of scorpions. Luckily, the eye glows and scares them off. During the escape, Zaya is shot by Ursu's arrow and dies in Beck's arms. He brings her body to Horus, demanding that he bring her back. Spoiler, gods don't do necromancy, only meetings with Anubis. The god of death escorts Zaya to the underworld, and Beck strikes a deal with Horus. Help defeat Set and recover the other eye, and Horus will find a way to bring Zaya back. Thus begins the unlikely bromance between a human thief and a moody god. They fly to space, yes, actual outer space, where Ra, the sun god, fights the evil worm Apophis every day. Ra, played with more intensity than Al Pacino in Scarface, says he won't intervene in his son's drama, but gives Horus a bottle of divine water that can literally melt deserts. Meanwhile, Set is building a suit of armor using stolen body parts from other gods, turning himself into a golden megazord with daddy issues. On their way to the Sphinx's hideout, which only lets you through if you solve a riddle, they recruit Thoth, the most arrogant god around, who cloned himself to just have someone smart enough to talk to. They solve the riddle, with a lot of guessing and sweating, but fall into a trap. Set appears, destroys the divine water, steals Thoth's brain, and nearly buries the whole crew under a massive pyramid.
Beck confronts Horus for lying, and Hathor, full of guilt, sacrifices herself by giving her bracelet to Beck so he can enter the underworld and find Zaya. There, Beck finds Zaya in the divine immigration line, while Set, now fully upgraded and rage-fueled, goes to defeat Ra and releases Apophis to devour all life in Egypt. Beck, who chooses to trust Horus again, returns to Earth, and together they prepare for the final showdown. The ultimate battle happens atop a giant obelisk, of course, and Beck climbs the whole thing with a rope and a dream while Horus faces Set in a metaphysical fistfight. Beck pulls off a slick move, snatches Horus's eye out of Set's armor, and when Horus has to choose between unlimited power or saving his friend, he chooses Beck. That choice makes him worthy again, and he transforms back into the golden pigeon god, defeats Set with Ra's solar spear, while up in the sky, Ra wakes up and slaps Apophis back into his cosmic hole. Back on Earth, Horus has his full vision restored and finds Beck fatally wounded. Moved, he takes the body to the temple where Zaya lies. Ra, now resurrected and grateful like a boss after a 5-star performance review, brings the couple back to life as a thank you. Horus, now officially king, changes the rules of the afterlife. No more gold, only the heart counts. Bek becomes royal advisor and returns Hathor's bracelet to Horus, who sets off on a mission to rescue his beloved from the underworld. Despite the A-list cast and over-the-top CGI, Gods of Egypt flopped at the box office and was heavily criticized for casting non-Egyptian actors in mythological roles. Still, it's become a cult favorite for fans of divine chaos wrapped in a video game aesthetic. And listen, I would definitely not climb a burning obelisk with just a rope and some hope. Bek, you're insane. And I would absolutely have trusted Hathor from the start. If a goddess saves you with a magical bracelet, she's clearly on Team Good. The idea that the gods are literally taller and shinier than humans is a bold visual metaphor, almost a literal take on the distant divinity concept, something Hollywood rarely attempts with this much sparkle. And now, if you had to choose between saving the love of your life or saving an entire kingdom, what would you do? Yeah, it's a tough one, but drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate it out. Hope you enjoyed the video. This was one of those movies I always wanted to bring to the channel. If you'd like to support, just hit that subscribe button and give the video a like. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.